Hi everyone. I just wanted to make a recording today about the burning of the cathedral in Paris, and also some other places have been burned, a mosque in Jerusalem. Somebody told me about a church in America as well. Lots of things all sort of happening at the same time. To me, it's really sad. I was only talking yesterday about how I've got a really spiritual connection with churches. I was telling this to my friend, and but what I wanted to do was to look at this through the eyes of no opinion or feeling of my own. So collectively, if we look into the spiritual message of what this is all about, and that's what I've aimed to do. I've done this today by channeling, going into deep meditation, which is what I always do to try and get into the truth of a matter. So what we need to do as collective humans of this earth is not look at this event through the eyes of anything. So no religious ideas, no racism. I've seen quite a bit of that. Also, people with architectural knowledge, people with attachments to material objects. Because I don't believe that this is anything religious. This is why mosques have been burned too, and lots of different things have happened all at the same time. I sort of feel like that cancels out it being, anything to do with the Catholic Church or sort of one religious group as a whole. I feel that this event is symbolic of dropping our conditioning. Every country will have its own ideas and opinions on what's happened according to its own culture, religion, their own perceptions and sort of assumptions about the world and different countries and religions. So I feel like the only way we can move forward as a human race is to drop all of those ideas and just try and tune into the energy of what's happened. And I believe that we'll receive answers then on what this is all about. It's moved a lot of us emotionally. So, collectively in the world, this means there's a spiritual message in it for us as a collective, not as an individual group. So if you're looking at the message from the point of view of, God doing it or what have you, if you're, a religious person, I do believe that your views of the Bible and all the history and every bit of knowledge that will affect you receiving the message properly. So I do believe that it's a symbolic event of us needing to destroy our egos, perceptions, hatred that's within us, and any childhood and societal conditionings that we have, also personal wounding. I know that a lot of us in the UK do have attachment to churches. A lot of us went to church as children. It was a big part of my age group's schooling. We were always in the church at Christmas, Easter. So if we drop all of that, and we drop any ideas we have about it being done by terrorists or what have you, if we just strip it right back and tune into the spiritual energy of why this has happened, why these things have been sent to us from the universe on the same day, we will get the answers. So, I've worked hard every day for about 6 years plus to not destroy my ego, but collectively within my mind, body and spirit to sort of reel in my ego, destroy my own perceptions and conditioning, wounding, any wounding that I may have. And I believe this is why in meditation I can tune into the energy of what the truth is, because really we're looking for truth, and to reveal truth we have to strip back all the layers of everything we've ever been told or taught. So everything we've ever watched on TV, forget about it. So it is a sad event for me. I'm not saying that as a human being I don't have an attachment to cathedrals and churches, because I do, but I'm tuning into the message from the universe here. So I'm getting the message as that we must stop treating things, material objects, as more important than the earth and each other, okay? I mean, there's been reports of billionaires pledging millions of pounds to repair the cathedral. But if you tune into which is a beautiful thing, I mean, that's lovely. I would want it to be repaired as a human, but spiritually, from your soul, if you tune into that energy of a billionaire giving millions of pounds to repair this object, when there's starving children in the world and wars going on and the rainforest being destroyed, does that really sit right with your soul? And this is what I believe we're being shown to ask. Should we really be this sad about a material object? More sad than animals' habitats being destroyed? More sad than children and people starving and dying in wars and famine? And we all know that our oceans and forests are being destroyed on a daily basis. So really, is a old building more important than that? If we tune into the current collective energy of this earth that we live in, is that more important than actually the other issues that are going on? All the information that I come up with is channeled. I get this information during meditation, and I use free writing to get all this information. I myself, as a human being, I can see all the sides to the story. I can see it from a religious point of view. I can see it from historical, architectural point of view. I can see it from, the people of Paris, how upset they would be. But really what we need to do is, as human beings, come together and think, okay, is this really that important? Is this really a catastrophe? Is it? Because there's lots of catastrophes going on in the world at the moment, and is this really a catastrophe? Is this really as sad as we're making out? Is it? Because tune into the energy of the globe. You can meditation, you can tune into the energy of the Amazon rainforest. Is that more important, or is a cathedral more important? Moving forward to the future, we've got to figure out what we really place value in, and it's hard for me to say that because I love buildings, I love architecture, so that is hard for me to say, and I can often trigger myself by my own channelings. So, this might not be what everybody wants to hear, but in reality, as a collective group of souls on this globe, what do we need to be focusing on? What do we need to repair? Do we need really to repair this cathedral, or can we put our energy, our money, and our efforts into new things? Because we have to release the old to allow the new to come in. That is the law of energy, and that is the basis of the law of attraction. Law of attraction states that if you want to attract a new beginning, if you want to attract a new lover, you've got to get rid of all the old things in your house from your ex, because that energy is lingering in your environment. A lot of us on the spiritual path already know this, okay? We know these basic rules. So I believe that this is not a test, but it's a sign from the universe that we really do need to release the very, very old. This building's 800 years old, you know. If we want to allow in the new, you know, a new world of peace and new spiritual ideology where everybody's views and opinions are accepted and, you know, that kind of thing. Is this really that important, you know? And that's the message. Like, we need to decide collectively on the earth as a group of souls together where our energy wants to go, what we want to focus on, what is more important, and we have to allow the old to be burned and destroyed to allow the new energy to come in, to allow for change. And yeah, so that's basically what I received in my meditation. I'm sorry if it upsets anybody. Don't mean to. All my information's channeled. It doesn't necessarily come from my opinions, okay? This is coming directly from my higher self, you know, guides. I tune into collective energies and energies of the universe. So, you know, that's just what has come up for me today. I hope that you can kind of get my message, although it might be a bit of a harsh and sad message. I do apologise. But if you're meant to listen to this, then you will. All the best.